How can you grow your Pinterest account without having to pin 10 or 15 times or even more times a day? What should you be your pinning strategy on Pinterest so you can grow steadily without having to put so much time and effort into it? My name is Tereza Toledo. I am a Pinterest marketing expert. And today I'm going to teach you exactly the strategy that I've been using for myself and clients that works like a charm. And I promise you, there is no such thing anymore as having to create and pin 10, 15, 20 times or even more times a day to succeed. Now, make sure to watch until the end so you learn this strategy, and don't forget to subscribe to learn more about Pinterest marketing. For the longest time, we believed that we had to pin more to achieve better results. And to be honest, depending on how many times you're pinning, depending how new and fresh your content is, sometimes it is a good idea to increase the volume of pins that you're creating. But honestly, who has time for that? Who can actually hire full-time management and strategy to handle their Pinterest account today? Well, some can do that, but not all of us. What I'm going to share with you today is the best way, the lazy Pinterest marketing strategy that I know it will work for you the same way that it works for me without any overwhelm. Now, before we dive in to, what do you need to be creating and pinning, how many times a day, when you should be pinning, you need to keep in mind that you must optimize your Pinterest account. So go ahead, go back to your Pinterest profile, take a look. Are you using the proper keywords? If you're not using the proper keywords for your account yet, it's time to do a little research. When researching, use the Pinterest search bar, but also take a look at Pinterest Trends tool to see what are the latest keywords that people are using to search content related to what you have to your account those days. With the keywords in hand, make sure to add them to your profile name, profile description, board titles, board descriptions. And while you are at your boards, do a good cleanup. If you have still group boards, take a look. Are they even giving you results? Check on the stats. If they're not giving you any results, it's time to archive, to leave the boards, or even delete them. Do not use group boards. Group boards is something that we used in the past as a growth tactic, but it does not work anymore. And the reason is Pinterest wants new pins. Pinterest also wants real engagement and not the engagement that we are getting from dumping content into group boards. Group boards have gotta go. While you're going to also check your other boards, do they have a title, keyword title? Do they have a description, keyword description? And if you're feeling fancy, it doesn't hurt to add a little board cover to make your account look good. People are visiting your profile these days. Now, while we're still talking about your profile, your bio, your description needs to be very optimized. You can check the recent video that I've created with how to write your perfect bio. Check it out, see what you need to do, and optimize your bio. Now, don't forget to add a banner. Your banner doesn't have to be just a picture, but it could also have information that adds up to, the Pinterest user so they can understand more, so they can feel compelled to follow you. Now, remember, anytime you're creating anything for Pinterest, it's very important to keep in mind to optimize for your phone. Most people are not using Pinterest on the desktop. They're using their phones or their iPads. So if it doesn't look good on the phone or on the iPad, simply people are not going to be able to read, are not going to be interested, and they will just, keep scrolling. With your profile optimized, it's time to talk about the lazy pinning strategy. In this pinning strategy, you're still going to have to put in some work. You're still going to have to create content, but you don't have to focus on high volume of content. For this strategy, for this pinning strategy, consistency is what's going to give you the best results. And since we are talking about consistency, you need to keep in mind that you must do these steps daily, as I recommend, for at least 90 days to 6 months to see results. This strategy is not an overnight strategy. Well, you can see sometimes overnight success with it. However, we know that in most cases, this will work over time. This strategy builds up on itself as you go. Now, I would love for you to have a website. because in the end of the day, the monetization, the sales, the conversion, everything is going to happen at the website level and not necessarily on Pinterest. If you have a website, make sure to add it to your profile and claim. If you don't, you could still use your link tree, or in the worst case scenario, add it to your profile, add your social media, one of your social media links to your profile. No guarantee that that's going to work and make you gain followers on your social media, but in the worst case scenario, you can do that. For this strategy, you're going to be creating idea pins and standard pins. Now, if you want to take a step up and try something new, you're also going to be using video pins. But I promise, super easy. Using Canva, you're going to choose a few templates, or if you already have your templates, make sure to use templates that are very simple, that are very easy to see on your phone, that are very easy to read and intentional. Avoid pins that are really wordy or have such a long text overlay, unless you are creating a quote pin or you are creating something such as an infographic. I want you to create about 5 different pin images for each and every blog or product that you have. Make sure that the images change. You can use stock images from Canva or whatever other stock images that you have. You can use your own images, that's totally fine. But create those static pins using the Pinterest recommendations, also what we see in Canva, which is 1000 by 1500. Now, don't worry so much about creating, and pinning every single day. That's not gonna happen. We are gonna be using those standard pins one a day. Now, you can pin manually, or you can simply schedule them using Pinterest itself. You're going to download the pin image that you created in Canva and you're going to upload to Pinterest as a pin, right? There you're going to add the pin title, the pin description, the link where you want people to go. If you want, you could even add the alt text. Totally up to you. But if you are not going to describe the image, don't just stash keywords. When you create your pin title and your pin description, I want you to use your main keywords. Don't forget to add your link, choose the most specific board for that piece of content that you're pinning, and either publish manually or schedule ahead. If you want to schedule ahead and having different images already created for each and every blog or product that you have in one sitting, pretty much in 1 hour, you could schedule 2 weeks worth of pins, pinning every single day. Now, if you prefer to use a scheduler such as Later, such as Planoly, such as Tailwind, go ahead and use it, but you don't have to. If you're using Pinterest scheduler, pretty much you can batch schedule standard pins twice a month, and that's it. Now, that's not the only thing that you're going to be doing. You're going to be having one standard pin being pinned to your account daily, but also I want you to create one idea pin a day. Yes, this may seem like a lot, and unless you don't have any video content at all, that will be a lot. But if you already have Reels, if you already have TikTok videos, YouTube Shorts, what I want you to do is to download them using a downloader without the watermark and repurpose them as idea pins. When you're repurposing them as idea pins, make sure to also add a title, a description, choose the proper tags. Now, this you will not be able to schedule. Okay, you are simply going to choose the board, the most specific board. Again, do not pin without a board. Choose the most specific board and publish. You cannot schedule those yet. Pinterest is testing a scheduler for this within Pinterest itself, and we hope it comes out soon. Also, you may not necessarily be able to add a link yet. Pinterest is rolling out links to idea pins. They're on the way. Don't worry. If your idea pin is a product, you can add a sticker to that product. Now, what you can do is batch create. So once a month, you can upload all of the idea pins that you are videos that you pulled from your other platforms or that you batch created. You can upload them to your phone or to your desktop, right, to Pinterest. But you have to come in once a day to publish. This is not going to take you more than a few minutes. Set an alarm on your phone. Once a day while you're doing any other business task, just go ahead and hit publish. Make sure to batch create, batch upload them to your phone or your desktop. Then all you have to do is hit publish until Pinterest gives us the ability to schedule our idea pins. Now, if you are feeling fancy, like I told you, there is one upgrade that you can add to this strategy. And actually, this is like really easy and you can schedule. The same videos that you used as idea pins, either now or even in the past, you can repurpose them as video pins. Yes, and those you can schedule and you can add a link. Pinterest is giving us a little bit more traction to the video pins as well. The only thing that I would avoid is pinning the same video as idea pin and as video pin in the same day. Don't do that. I want you to scatter and put them a little bit apart, because sometimes you can have more views with the video pin than with the idea pin and vice versa. So it's definitely a good thing to do that. When it comes to video pins, if you want to go for one a day, and in this case, you're going to have 3 pins going out to your account every single day. If you don't want to do that, go ahead and schedule maybe 3 or 4 a week. To schedule video pins, you're going to repeat the same process as you do with pins. You can schedule them on Pinterest twice a month, or you could use your scheduler of choice. You don't have to do those manually. Now, for video pins, you will need to use your desktop, not your phone. So the same exact video that you used for your idea pins, you're gonna upload as a video pin. You don't need to edit anything. I would rather have you using videos that already have a little bit text overlay or a little pin title, right? And choose that as a cover. Pinterest gives you the choice of choosing which slide, which frame will be your video cover. Also, add a pin title, a pin description, a link, choose the most specific board and either schedule or publish manually. This pinning strategy is not something that's going to consume so much of your time that's going to make you quit on Pinterest. It is going to build up. If you can tell me, well, but that's just 2 or 3 pins a day. Yes, but in the end of the month, we are going to be having 60 to 90. In the end of 3 months, we are going to be having between pretty much 180 pins and more, and so on. When we publish an image or a video to Pinterest, they become evergreen. They don't last just for a few hours or a few days. They keep circulating and circulating. Actually, every single pin tends to peak its performance after at least 8 to 12 weeks of being published. So even though sometimes we may see a pin performing really well right from the beginning, that is not guaranteed. Most likely, your pin will give you best results over time. When you align this pinning strategy with the proper content creation strategy on your website, on your blogs, or your product launches, product release, and even your video creation, trust me, you are going to see fantastic results on Pinterest. This simple pinning strategy, pretty much a lazy strategy, will take away the guessing game and the overwhelm that different pinning strategies can give you. And trust me, you may not see huge results right away, but over time, after 90 days, after 6 months, you're going to be seeing results that you never ever imagined that you would get with this simple strategy. And when it comes to checking your stats, don't worry about checking them daily or even weekly. Check them once a month only. Take a look at what's performing best, and with that in hands, you can think about what you should be replicating in terms of pin images, in terms of video content in the next month or more. To learn more about Pinterest marketing, check the guides that I'm sharing below and make sure to subscribe and watch my next video.